All right, we have Coach Fernandez joining us now. Coach, you want to start out with an opening statement, and then we'll take questions.
These last two games, we've had some adversity where we were in foul trouble, shooting lows against Cincinnati. That last time we played these guys was January 13th, right? And that was the last game before we went on that 31-day layoff. That 31-day layoff, that's what I told our guys. Nobody in that room became a worse basketball player in 31 days. What we lost was the flow and the connectivity and, getting to shoot shots at a great pace. So, today I thought, for us, it's very uncharacteristic to give up as many points that we gave up and also committing 20 fouls. That's just not a. So, we got to get back and practice, right, and get better and worry about us. But, in a 2-3 day, you're preparing for that next season, right? And we've lost a little bit of that. But we got to get back to just doing what we do well. That's the defending and holding people to one shot and play without fouling. And that's been those are the constant things. Now, again, the rebounding was big today. I thought we got to the glass and we finished in the paint. So we'll be off tomorrow and get ready for this important 2-game road swing and then finish off the season with UCF home and away.
Okay, any questions now? Just a reminder to raise your hands, and I will make sure to call on you. So we'll start with Barry Fiello. Go ahead.
Coach, there were a couple of times tonight where it just seemed like the 3-point shots were just falling when they needed to. I mean, that you were speaking earlier and just getting back in the flow of things, and is it going to take like a couple more games, do you think, to kind of get back in that flow? I feel like it's hard to replicate in practice. So what are you kind of hoping to get back into that flow of the shots dropping more consistently?
Mary, we played on Wednesday and with those short numbers. Thursday, we didn't even go full court. We just did workouts and really started to prepare for Tulane. Yesterday, we might have gone up and down the floor for maybe 15, 20 minutes just because we got to bringing those four guys back pretty easily. What's it going to take for us to practice and be able to compete against one another and get back to what we were doing well? And what we were doing well, 40 days ago was how we were defending without fouling, and we got to get back to that.
Michelle, you have a question? Go ahead.
Yeah, Coach. I maybe on the bright side of this, you've had your last 2 games have been close games, and you still, I think, played well at end of game situations for having such a long time off. Is that a positive? And also, if you can just speak about, I know there was the break, but you guys are off to a 13-1 start, which I think matches the best in program history. And what if you could maybe address both those things?
Yeah, Michelle, these last, the game against Cincinnati and the game here tonight, we haven't been in those type of situations since November, since Baylor, Mississippi State, right? Where, hey, we need to make a big shot or, a free throw, a block out, a defensive stop is meaningful just because of how we've been doing in our league. So that's number one. I thought, we're still a young basketball team. We only got 2 seniors. I wish we were able to get tested more in November. We had a great non-conference schedule planned out, and it just didn't work out that way. But right now, we just got to control what we can control. And if we can, today, I thought we took care of the basketball. We're at 5-6 turnovers. We're off to a really great start because, I got an unbelievable staff. And we have unbelievable character, and we got a great bunch. And we've had a lot of players come through our program. We've had a lot of very good teams. But I couldn't be prouder of this group with everything that's going on around the country and us doing what we're doing right now.
Leo, go ahead.
Coach, the last couple games you faced two really good scorers, and you chose to come in with a longer, taller defender, and that seemed to do the job. Was that what you were planning on?
Yeah, I mean, she had 19 in the first half. She finished with 29. I just thought our hands weren't active enough on her. Thought maybe the length bothered her, but I mean, she did everything. She just continued to get to the basket with her right hand. So we gotta do better. We gotta do better containing the dribble, keeping guys in front of us, and forcing guys to where we want to force them to.
Thank you, Coach.
Will, go ahead.
Coach, going back to the 6 turnovers, you know, I'm imagining you have to be really pleased with how they took care of the basketball tonight. You know, just kind of how encouraging was that for you?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you do a great job taking care of the ball, and you know, there's no live ball turnovers. You're not. There's no wasted possessions. So this game's not very. You know, we got very good basketball players. If you shoot well from the free throw line, if we shoot well from the free throw line, you take care of the ball and you rebound, and you play without fouling. We can play with anybody. So we got to continue to get better in all those facets.
Richard, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, this was your first game back since like, you know, the month-long break. The first game back since the month-long break with all your players, with Chineke coming back. So how nice was it just to be able to, you know, look down your bench and have everyone available to you?
Yeah, we were able to play. We played 10 guys, right? I don't know how many we played, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we played 10. You know, again, just like Brabi and Alvarez and Chris, there were so many minutes that we could play El tonight. But it's good to have her back, because one thing that El can do, El can get to the rim, El can get to the basket, she can get to the free throw line, she can break people down off the dribble. So now when you have her in the basketball game with Sydney Harvey, there are two guys that now you got to guard them at the arc, and you got to also keep them in front of you.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. This 2-game road trip obviously is going to be really big for, you know, just kind of finishing things out. But, you know, this is the first road trip that you guys have gone on since the shutdown. How vital is it for y'all to kind of take, you know, things even more carefully to avoid a potential second shut?
You know, and my players know this. We don't talk about anybody else in the league or what's going on around the country. You know, we just tackle the next team in front of us, and that's Temple. The most important game is your next one. So if we take care of you take care of your next opponent, then the next one comes up. When you start looking ahead and worrying about what's going on around the country and what's going on around our league, you're not focused on the task at hand.
Mary, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Betty had another great night, another great showing, and like you said, you have a young team. And what does it mean? I mean, she's a leader on and off the court, but she's also having to lead this team during a time where, I mean, no one knows how to lead through this. Everyone's kind of going at it as they can and trying to help each other get through this. So, like, what have you specifically seen from her of late, but then also just over the course of the season, just how she's grown as a player and a person?
I couldn't be prouder of her. With her, I thought she had a really, really good off season, but I think with the strides that she's made as a teammate and as a leader, but she's also worked on her game too. You know, Betty can step out now and take people off the bounce and also shoot the three. So And then defensively, she can guard out in the perimeter and guard interiorly. Betty has a really, really bright future. The two seniors we have, you know, are unbelievable, I think, in the locker room and on the floor and in practice. So this has been a tough year. My biggest thing is as soon as the season's over is the two most important people I got to recruit are her and Shea to come back.
On top, we had a good run and it sucked, but you kind of got to close that door. And
Leo, go ahead.
So, I don't know if some guys are using it as extra motivation or not, but personally, I don't really look at that and have any factor on the way.
Okay, Mary?
Plan on going about my business.
You have another question?
No, sorry, I'm good. Sorry.
Sounds good. Okay, Coach, thank you very much.
All right, guys.
And we have Betty Mununga stepping up here now.
So what can we do what can we do to get over that hump? And it's not going to be easy. We understand that, but we like our chances and we're just excited to get going.
Okay, questions for Betty? What?
I mean, was raving.
Betty, tonight, obviously, you guys rebounded really well, offensive rebounded really well, a lot of second chance points, you know, just kind of what allowed you guys tonight to be able to take advantage of so many second chance opportunities.
I will say this is something that the coaches has put emphasis on it, because the previous game, we didn't do what we were supposed to do. And this week, I mean, the 3 days we had to practice for this game, we really tried to put body on people. So yeah.
Last year, obviously, you did get a chance to play in a postseason tournament because of the shutdown. This year, you're getting that second chance. Just, you know, coming down the stretch of this season, how are you taking this second chance of getting a chance to potentially play in the postseason?
Very seriously. And I am most definitely excited about it because, like you said, last year I didn't get a chance to experience that, you know, and knowing that this year we have a chance to be there, hopefully. But yes, I'm very excited, and all of us are.
Mary, go ahead.
Hey, Betty, congratulations on tonight. I was curious, looking at you all and just the transitions that you all made from the first half to the second half. I know that obviously the layoff, you all are still trying to get off that rust, but what do you think as one of the leaders on this team it's going to take to kind of get things sort of back to how they used to be? I understand you can't just like flip it back on. You guys had an extended layoff under some circumstances, but what are you seeing that you like, and what are you seeing that you hope the team can improve on over these next 2 or 3 games?
The good thing about this team is like everybody can lead on their own way. You know, we don't really have one person. Like Coach said, anybody can be hot at any moment. You know, like today it can be Sydney, tomorrow it can be Maria. So that's the good thing I like about our team. And the thing I think we need to improve is like get back to where we were before the COVID break, because before that we were just flowing, you know, like we were finding each other. The rim was just too big for us, you know. So I just think that we need to work on our connection, and then nothing can stop us.
Will.
Coach mentioned that foul trouble was an issue for y'all tonight, committing 20 fouls. You fouled out yourself. You know, what do you guys have to do a little bit differently to make sure you don't put yourself in those situations?
We have to work on our defense more definitely, because before the COVID break, we were good actually, you know, like people could still drive at us, but it was more difficult, you know. And right now, like Coach said, we're committing a lot of fouls. I followed myself. I just think we need to work on, you know, one-on-one defending and also the help side, the help defend. So yeah, it's just all about work. But this is something we can fix pretty easy. So all about work.
Okay, any other questions for Betty? Nope. Thank you, Betty.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And finally,
Thanks,
last but certainly not least, Sydney Harvey. Okay, raise your hands if you have any questions for Sydney. Will, go ahead.
coming into the third quarter, y'all were just, I believe, 3 of 15 from behind the arc. And then, right at the end of that third quarter, you guys go back to back to back. Just how important was that stretch of the 3 straight 3-pointers?
I mean, it was really important because it just gave us energy. And I think that was a result of our defense. Our defense led to our offense and everything just started flowing. We started hitting shots.
And it looked like there were just a lot of differences. Obviously, the score was different, from that game y'all had in New Orleans. What differences did you feel on the court out there tonight?
I just think we got away from what we do, which was defending the drives. And like Coach said, we fouled a lot. So I think that was the main thing.
Mary, go ahead.
Hey, Sydney, I'm just kind of going off of Will's question there. I mean, when you all have the offensive showing that you all had in that first half, that wasn't necessarily what you all are capable of doing, but then you are able to clean it up a little bit in that second half and the shots start dropping a little bit. Like, can you overstate the confidence that gives when those shots start dropping and when they start flowing like that and you guys start getting into more of a rhythm?
Yeah, especially if you see your teammate hitting a shot that gets you hyped, then you're more energetic on the defensive end, and then say you get a turnover, or they turn over the ball, and then you go and you score it. It just, everything connects and leads to each other.
Michelle, go ahead.
Yeah, Sydney, I wonder if you could maybe talk about just the emotional aspect of this season. I know you guys are 3 games back now, but do you feel really back now? I mean, it's such a long time that you were off, and just emotionally, do you feel like you guys are getting close to how you felt before the break?
Yeah, I definitely think it's gonna take a few more games. We've been out for a little while, but just being back, you never want to take that for granted, being able to play. So I think everybody just takes it game by game, and we're very excited to be able to step on the court every day.
Thank you.
Will, go ahead.
You look at what Jacayla Jordan did tonight with 29 points. One of the brightest stars as a freshman in the conference. Just what does she do to make her such a tough matchup defensively?
I think she has a good change of pace in her game. She goes fast and she may hesitate, and she also can stay in the air for a long time. So I mean, that's kind of hard to guard.
Okay. Any other questions for Betty? For Sydney? Nope. Okay. Sydney, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And again, thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. Like we did say, 12 straight wins. And yes, Michelle brought up 13-1 is tied for our best start in program history. So, but thank you again. And
Hey, Mike, do you know what year that's tied with?
yes, I do. If just give me 1 second, I can tell you that.
Thank you.
The 213-1 seasons were in 2008, 2009, and 2016, 2017 seasons.
So 08, 09, 16, 17?
Yes.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Everyone, thank you so much. We appreciate everything.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you. Have a great night.
You as well.